Hi, it's currently midnight and like around like this time I get in my headspace a lot and I think about things a lot, and plus I've been watching a lot of serious videos on YouTube and blah blah yada yada, and I'm just like I'm ready to film this. The reason why I'm filming this, like, I just want people to know that they're not alone in this situation, that this can happen to anybody basically, etc. And if you guys hear background noise, I'm sorry, my mother's watching TV and plus she has a loud mouth. But yeah, speaking of her, she's the only person that thought this was a bad idea, but I honestly don't care because there is a case going on about this, but I really do not think that they're really taking it seriously, and people do not take these cases seriously most of the time. And yeah, I'm only 16. My like grammar is not well put together in a good way. Like, I think my grammar is like terrible. Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to say, I mean, like, people my age, yeah, they'll have like better grammar than me, but like, I mean, like, the way I put sentences and words, I don't think it sounds or like makes sense. So I'm just gonna like put this in and try to have it to make the most sense possible. If you guys get triggered on topics talked about rape, sexual assault, stuff like that, this is not the video for you. And plus I have lighter mood videos and you guys should check those out if you guys don't want to be in your bag right now. Just, I couldn't stop thinking about the moment of like this happening to me because of a movie I seen. There was like a movie scene, it was gonna be a rape scene, but I distracted myself from it because I didn't want to be reminded from it. So I just decided, you know what, it doesn't really, I mean, it bothers me, it's gonna always bother me and stick with me for the many years as I'm growing up over time. But I mean, since it stuck with me, it's a story to say and tell and just let others know that they're not alone. So I'm a victim of sexual assault, and this happens to millions of women and men in the world. Like, I'm not gonna say any names or anything, and I know people maybe in the comments might say his name or something in the comments. I might disable the comments. I do not, I mean, he deserves the worst. Like, I just hope his life goes to shit, like, honestly, because he has done a lot of pain for me emotionally. And it's like, I'm the one that's suffering, but like, he's thriving. So like, this is like really hard to explain because my grammar is so bad, like I said, but I'm just gonna explain like how I know this dude. He actually used to go to my high school or like middle school. See, my school has middle school and high school. It goes from 6 to 12, grade 6 to 12, and I was graduating from 8th grade and he was a senior graduating. I mean, I didn't know him at the time, but I knew he went to my school because he's in my yearbook. I see him in the hallways, and yeah, I didn't know him in that time, and it's, you know, weird. So around, like, let's just say this was progressing. I mean, I just never knew him at that time. You know, it's so relevant to say, but like how I like know him. So I'm just gonna say like how I knew him. So you know, Instagram, I have an Instagram account. I just posted a picture and he commented on it with heart eyes. Yeah, so basically he just commented on my photo, and yeah, after that, this was like around the summer that he sent that to me, and this is how I started talking to him. He DM'd me and we just talked about like regular stuff. I don't really remember, but it was just not weird. It didn't weird me out or anything because he used to go to my school, and mostly graduates from my school is not like weird or anything like that. So he just DM'd me, I guess, saying that I'm cute and beautiful, whatnot, you know, weird guys, like cliche or something like that. And you know, he asked how old am I, and he's 21 years old, and I was 15 at the time. So like, this happened to me a year ago. I'm 16. I mean, I told him my age, but like, it wasn't weird conversations with him. I mean, like, then after that, like, we just talked like regularly. So I got his Snapchat, yeah, because I usually contact people mostly on Snapchat than DMing them. So I got his Snapchat. I didn't find anything weird about him at all. He didn't do anything weird or like say anything weird to me. But like, I feel stupid for actually like being that naive and gullible and thinking about back at it. So we're on, you know, texting on Snapchat or whatnot, and then I guess he just asks me about like, am I like sexual or whatnot. I mean, it's kind of uncomfortable. I mean, the way it was asked, it wasn't weird for me. I don't know how to explain it, but it was just, I don't even know. It's just so frustrating. I was stupid. What was wrong with me? There was this one time, I think he wanted to like see me in person. See, I didn't intend anything to really do much of anything, but something did happen, but it wasn't forceful. I mean, it wasn't forcing, but it was like mostly a pressure. He like pressured me, but I didn't really think of it much at all. I really didn't think of it as much, that it was a problem, because it wasn't like I was really physically forced to at first time I like met up with him in person. This was at like, yeah, because when I met up with him in person, like he pressured me to do something, and I didn't know how to do it, like say no. So we were just friends or whatnot. I don't even know. I don't know what we were. It was just so weird. It was like, it's like people like have these perceptions, were you friends with benefits? Were you in a relationship with an old grown man? I wasn't in that type of relationship. It was like nothing. I don't even know. I thought he was a friend. I thought I could trust him. I told him all of my problems and whatnot. Like, we had deep conversations about our past lives. I didn't think much of anything until like these meetups is just like constantly like pressuring me to do whatever and whatnot, and I'm just like giving in. But like, I didn't think of much of it, because this was just like, oh, I can trust him because we share each other's problems with each other. We're like friends or whatnot. In my head, we're friends. And it wasn't like he was forcing at the time at all. Like, it was just like a mutual friend thing that we hung out, and that was it. The age difference, I know it's freaking gappy, but I was naive, and I didn't see that as like an issue. I don't know why. So this one encounter, I just remember this day so vividly, and just because it was very, very freaking traumatic, and it caused PTSD for me. Right, so there was this day, this meetup was not scheduled at all. This meetup was random, but I thought I could trust him to do this. So my friend at the time, after school, he dropped me off at my bus stop, and I was, chill, whatnot, didn't think much, thinking I'm just gonna go home, and I just checked the phone battery, and my percentage, like the battery of my phone is like low, like, cause I live like really far from my school. It takes an hour to get there, and I knew my mom would pester me if I'm calling her, if I'm like not replying to her messages or whatnot, and I had my charger on me, so I just hit him up like, hey, can I charge my phone in your place? And he agreed to it on one occasion. Just mind you, he never forced me to do anything. I was just pressured to do things, but like, I was like, honestly, like, even like sometimes when like I wasn't in the mood, he accepted like, okay, fine, but I don't even know. But he just hit up with the, oh, you want to do anal? And I'm like, no, because I was just like so against it, because nothing goes in there, things go out, and it's just, no, like, at the time I was freaking scared of doing things like that, and I was just not having it. I was like, no, we're not doing that, no. So he's just like, fine, okay. Or so I thought it would be fine and okay. I went up, I charged my phone, and we were watching a show, like, as my phone was charging. He paused the show, and he asked the question again, and like I said, I was like, no, continue the show. And he was just like, come on. Like, he was getting really kind of, I don't know, pressury, and I was just like, kept saying no. And I do not know how this progressed, because this was like mind-blowing, But he was just like, well, you can try it. I mean, like, if you try, like, having experience, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how you just did this, but, like, at this moment, I'm just so freaking frozen as he's, like, grabbing my legs slowly. Man, I'm just like, what are you doing? So, I don't know how this progressed, but he just did it slowly, and I'm just like thinking, he's not gonna do that without my permission. Like, cause whatever, you know, I said, it just wasn't forced at all. Like, at all. It was just like, oh, whatever, like, no. But I'm just like, he's not gonna do this to me. Like, constantly in my head, like, is this slowly happening, and he's doing it. He slowly told my pants down, and I'm just like, frozen a bit. I mean, I was kind of shook. I didn't know what to do at all. Like, I didn't know what to do. I couldn't kick, I couldn't move. I was frozen. I was like paralyzed. It's like when you have sleep paralysis and when you can't move, that's what I felt like. I felt paralyzed. Like, I didn't know what to do. And all of a sudden, I just feel pressure. I don't even know what I was thinking about. I was thinking about so much things. It's just slowly happening. I just feel the pressure, and I'm just like, can't believe it, because I was like so frozen as it was happening slowly, and I just don't remember because I was just so paralyzed. I couldn't move at all. Like, even as it was just happening, like, slowly, it was like slow motion, like, type stuff or something, and like just feeling the pain from back there, and just knowing that it was happening. I was just like, I didn't know what to do at all. Like, but as soon as the pressure like went harder, I was like, no, like, no. Like, I just kept saying no, 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 no. Like, no, like, stop. I don't want that. I kept moving, and he kept saying it's fine, it's okay, and I'm just like, this is not okay, because I don't want this, because I didn't know what to like think. And then he just stopped whenever he wanted. I don't remember when he stopped. I don't know how long it was because I was freaking frozen. I just take my clothes, put them back on, go to the bathroom, and I just look in the mirror at myself. The thoughts across my head, I don't even know. Like, whatever, like, all these thoughts came from thinking about my family, thinking about my associates, and I'm just like, are you gonna keep this a secret, or are you just gonna talk about it? Like, I didn't know what to do with those choices. I just didn't know how to handle it at all at the time, and I just wish I told sooner, because maybe he would have been locked up, and it would have been proof, because he released, like, inside of me. I'm in forensics. I know the forensic evidence would be there, but, like, there's none at all, and texts aren't much evidence to them at all. From a few days passing, he's just, like, hitting me up, like, hey, come on, let's fix this. I'm sorry. I want to make up for what I did. Like, I don't even know if he's living with regret. He's probably thriving right now, but I mean, see, I'm thriving. I'm chill right now, like, because this was like a year ago, but it's still a memory, like, ingrained in my brain, and he's probably deleted it off his brain, because I don't even know. Like, at the time, I didn't know what to call it. I mean, I know what rape is, but I didn't know, like, should I share this? Is this my fault? Like, that's what just always goes through my head. This is my fault because I was here. Like, I didn't do anything to stop it. Just saying no. Like, that's all I said. I mean, if you're saying no, and if someone's just keeps doing it without, like, your consent, because your consent is either a yes or a no. If your consent is a no, it's a no, and it was a no. From a few days progressing, and school has just bothered me so much to the core. I didn't know how to hide it at all, because I was so bothered. Especially, like, I couldn't even hide it any longer. Like, I wanted to hit up one of my closest friends who's like really like a brother to me, and I couldn't, because I don't think he replied to his text messages often, and he was probably asleep. I don't even know if these people were asleep, because like at the time it was just like kind of late, because I'm just sitting in my apartment, like in my room, like just saying, why, who do I talk to, who do I reach out to, how am I gonna deal with this? Because I don't even know, because then I just knew how I probably looked like something was wrong with me, because like as I was riding the bus to go home, this lady was just staring at me, and I don't even know what was probably. I was like, I can't keep this in, I have to tell somebody. So I told some one person. This person knows who he is, and he didn't know how to deal with it, and I think he wanted me to go to the police immediately after that happened, but I just couldn't do it, because I looked at it as if it were my fault of going to the house, of doing all this stuff. Like, I thought it would be all heavily on my fault. Like, it would make no sense to go if it was, if I caused the problem, like if I caused it. So I was like, I can't go to the police. So I just hid it in me, and like I couldn't do it. I couldn't hide it in school. I really could not hide it. I mean, I didn't trust this person, but I had no other choice. I couldn't hide what was wrong with me. I couldn't mask that, because I had to go to school the next day after that happened. Like, I can't just mask it. I can't do it. I can't mask that. I can't delete it off memory. It's just so painful. Like, I'm just like, I guess I could tell her this. If it looks like I'm like a little bit gritting or whatnot, like it looks like, oh, you're lying, you're probably doing this now. I mean, it's hard to talk about this story without freaking breaking down, and this is how I try to cover tears. So I don't cry. And it's hard. I told the person what happened. Basically, I don't remember what was done. She was just like, oh my god, it's okay, this happened to me before. And you know, people just kept constantly saying, you should go to the police, you should go to the police. And it just kept progressing to me not trying, like, I can't hide it. I had to tell the circle of people like what happened. I don't know, I couldn't hide anything. And the jokes about rape still happens, obviously, but back then, like, just how can you go throughout a day, like, this happened, like, I had to go to school, this happened yesterday, as we'll say, from that day, you know, happening of time. You're just hearing people make jokes about rape, like, oh my god, she's raping me, but not, like, stuff like that. How can you deal with that after that happened from the other day? Like, I couldn't deal with it, I couldn't hide it. I was so bothered, and many people, for some reason, at that day was making those jokes. Like, I just kept thinking about all of this stuff, and I just wasn't, like, it just ate me, like, it just, to just deal with the jokes about it. What do I do next? And eventually, someone told, you know, another person what happened that I told. And this person escorted me to the counselor. Like, at the time, I couldn't tell my story. I couldn't say what happened specifically. I couldn't say it. Like, it was so hard for me. I could not say anything. I couldn't do it. So my friend had to do it for me. I had to give him permission to tell my story. So I gave him permission, and my biggest fear happened. The counselor called the police. It was too much to deal with in school, and I had to go to tell my story to all these, you know, people. You know, from the back, you're not a virgin anymore. Like, I really, like, I hate, like, when people say you're not a virgin anymore or stuff like that, because they even brought that up after that happened. I was still a virgin at the time. I'm not gonna say that I wasn't myself. I am still a virgin, because this was an unconsensual sex that I never wanted. And for you guys to just say you're not a virgin anymore because of that, messed up. But yeah, so basically that's going on. I'm not really gonna go into the case or like saying names or whatnot about people, because the case is currently still going on. I don't even know. I have a different attorney, I guess you can say. and his attorney's probably looking at my posts or whatnot and probably criticizing, saying, oh, she's looking older because she's wearing all this makeup and whatnot. But like, maybe like this case might be done in a few years. In a few years, I don't even care about it anymore. If this happens in a few years, like if this gets brought up, it will not matter anymore. It will not matter anymore because it's happened and it's done, and I had my own closure to myself. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. It was very dark and not much of, you know, information told. I wanted to make it like simple and short. I didn't want to make like 2 parts. I kind of changed my mind because I really don't want to go in depth of that much information, but I'm just gonna try to say that this happens to many people all around the world, and I'm sorry for that happening to you, and I can relate because I'm a victim. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and you guys, if you want to see light-hearted videos of like me being happy and not in my bag, and I know this is a dark topic to speak about, but I just felt like I should speak about it because I feel comfortable for it, and I just wanted people to relate to my videos, and that's why I have this channel. I make videos for fun, and I also want people to relate to me more and to just know that they're not alone. Bye guys, I'll see you guys next week with a better lighthearted video. I have a great video idea coming this way, and yeah, bye guys.